Position yourself on all fours. Now exhale and round the back. Inhale and look up. Let's do that again. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, look up. This time as you exhale, create a C shape with your back. Again, looking up. And last time, exhale, rounding the back and looking up. And now for rib circles. Bending the elbows, create a circle with your ribs as you circle to the right, up and down, relaxing the neck, circling around. Now let's go the opposite direction. Let the body flow with this, loosen up the upper back, really extend as you come over and around. Now let's take it to the legs. Lift the leg up and down. Right leg first, starting to loosen up that hip. And now this time, hold the leg up and circle the leg back, making a big circle, creating a circle with your knee. Lubricating that joint, reverse it and take it the other direction, keeping your upper body stable. And now let's transfer and do everything on the left leg. Lift and lower the leg. Lift and release. And now let's hold it up and circle it forward. Using that knee, keeping it bent, circling it around. And now reverse it and do a reverse circle with that leg. Stretching everything out. Take it here and go right back into child's pose. Stretch your hands forward. Keep your buttocks on your heels, stretching out your lower back. Coming back up to all fours and now back into downward dog. Pressing through your heels. Your feet are shoulder width apart. And now take your right leg up to the ceiling. If this is uncomfortable, you can just remain in downward dog. Make sure the hips are squared off and the shoulders are squared off. Let's do the other side. Positioning your hips, making sure they're squared off. Weight is equally distributed through both hands. Shoulders are square, the legs down. And now position yourself back into child's pose as we then reach forward and lie on our bellies. Let's do a little move called house for mouse. What I want you to do is think about pulling your belly up. So pulling your belly button to your spine and then releasing. Belly button goes to spine and then release. And again, belly button to spine. And now let's push up into cobra. Hands are down by your shoulders, pushing up, making sure you think long through the spine. Think long and lifted as the shoulders come off the ground. Now let's do the cobra dance. We do a ducking motion as we come up and down. Duck the head and then come back. Duck the head and we come back. Lower back down. And now let's push up into the mermaid. Lying on your side, making sure your hips are stacked on top of each other. Hand right underneath your shoulder, pressing through and feeling a stretch through your obliques. Now reaching forward, let's stretch out the hamstrings, arms go overhead. Reach forward, reach for your shins or your toes, whatever comfortable. Thinking long through the back, reach the chest out and then round again, and then chest comes forward and then round. Hold it there and breathe. Come back up and let's do mermaid on the other side. Positioning your hand under your shoulder. Hips are stacked on top of each other, stretching out your oblique, the side of your waist. Feel that long stretch. And now lying on your back. Lifting your hips off the floor, squeezing the buttocks, and then lower. And lift and lower. As you lift the hips up, feel the stretch through the front of the hips, and then lower back down. Like a pendulum, I want you to swing the hips side to side, and as you swing them from one side to the other, feel the stretch through the front of the leg. Up, and now let's take it into a circular motion and take that into a round circle as the hips go over, and now reverse it, the circle in the opposite direction. Lower the hips down. And now pull your knees into your chest, hugging them in tight, keeping the hips on the ground. And now take those knees out to the shoulders, draping the right knee over the left. Let's stretch out the hip flexor of your left leg, using the weight of that right leg to pull the leg down. And now stretching out the glutes by threading the needle, putting your hands through your legs, pulling on the left thigh, making sure the right leg is turned out. As you feel the stretch of the left leg. Over to the left side now. Let's do a spinal twist, keeping the right shoulder on the ground. Relax into this. Inhale and exhale. Bring it back to center. Now let's switch sides. Left goes over right. Drop the legs to the left as we stretch out the right hip flexor and the right quadricep. It's important to keep that right shoulder down. Come back to center. Stretching out the buttocks, thread the needle, grab onto the right thigh. The left leg is open. Left foot is flexed. Pulling it a little closer to your chest. And now reverse it, going over to the right side, keeping the left shoulder down. Stretching out the back and the side of the leg and the glutes. Pull both knees in. Let's roll over to your side. Pushing up on all fours. And now let's go into the butterfly position. Seated upright, soles of the feet together, knees are wide. Reaching forward, bending forward, rounding the back. Let it all go. Inhale and exhale and let everything relax into the floor. Legs open wide and let gravity just pull you down. And now bring yourself back up. Hands go behind your hips, and now your ribs are circling one direction. As you bring it forward, the chest comes forward, and now let's reverse the direction. Really loosening up the spine, pushing through your hands. And now let's go up into a low lunge. Position yourself on your knees and then bring your right leg forward, making sure the knee is over the toe, over the ankle. Arms go overhead. If you feel uncomfortable right here, you can keep your hands on your knees, or you can even keep your hands on the floor. Pressing into that left leg, stretching out the hip flexor. Let's switch sides. Left leg goes forward, and again, knee is directly over the ankle. Tucking the pelvis under, lifting up through the arms, up through the rib cage, lifting that chest up to the ceiling, feeling the stretch through the hip flexor of the right leg. Drop the hands down, and let's press onto standing. Keeping your knees slightly bent, release your arms, take them behind your back, interlace the fingers, and now let your hands drop. Let the weight of your arms stretch out your shoulders. If you can, straighten your legs. Now release the hands, place them on your knees, and round up. And now leading with the chest, arch back down. Rounding up, leading with the chest, arching down. Create a wave in your body, up and down. Releasing, rounding, releasing. And this time, I want you to go side to side. Coming around in a circular motion, dropping, and then circling around, and now opposite direction. We come up to the right side, we circle around, keep this motion going, and now round all the way up to standing. Come to center, inhale up, and using your wrist, reach to the sky, slightly arch back, and now release the hands and circle the wrists down.